I used to build my website using Wix, but this time I wanted to see how far AI could take me. Instead of using the traditional website builder, this time I wanted to challenge myself to create my own studio website through vibe coding. In this video, I'll show how I built my studio web page using Google Stitch, refine it with Google AI Studio, managed the project on GitHub, deployed it with Cloudflare Pages, connected my custom domain, and integrated MailerLite for newsletter and Web3 forms for the contact page. So let's build it. Alright, here we are in Stitch. The first thing we have to do is to type in the prompt. Then it will start loading. Once it finishes loading, I will want to see the preview of what it has generated. To be honest, I'm pretty satisfied with the results. If I were to use Wix, maybe the difference is when I use vibe coding, I will need to be concerned with how I hook up the mail listing and also how to send emails, because Wix itself, they have this email system where we can send emails to our own customers. On the other hand, Wix, because it has a lot of features, so which means that a lot of things is more like a preset template. And if you want something more advanced, sometimes Wix will break down or there will be some errors. And most of the time, I have to make a Singapore to US call because I'm living in Singapore. So I have to make a US call to the customer service in order to resolve my issues, which is a bit cumbersome. Wix, because it has a lot of features, which is very good. From my point, Wix can be pretty pricey, especially after all the troublesome things that I went through. But if I can use vibe coding to resolve all these issues and customize my design, it seems pretty good. Prior to actually setting up this YouTube channel, I do have another Mandarin Chinese YouTube channel that I run for 7 to 8 years. And the most important thing about website is not to create the website, it's about collecting emails. If you want to do online businesses, email listing is actually the most important thing. Back to this page, we can see the different characters. I have attached the characters, images, which I generated using ChatGPT first. And it looks pretty good. And I don't have to drag the images one by one, which saves a lot of time. So the next thing I want to look at is if these buttons can actually connect to the sub pages. And great. The reason why I use Stitch is because Stitch has a better website design. And next I want to do is to export this into Google AI Studio for the coding. You can find the export button at the top right and AI Studio build. Here we are at Google AI Studio. It will start to generate its code. In my previous project, this actually works, but for this project, it doesn't really work. Maybe because I requested it to generate too much things. So we have to go back to Stitch again and export it as a zip folder. Look for a zip and click export. Then from the zip folder, look for the markdown and also the HTML files and put it in. I want to edit the profiles of the characters. I can either do it in prompt or in this screen, I'm gonna edit the code. The code is actually beside the preview at the top. I've updated my novel here in this page using the prompt. As I was loading this, I was recalling like in the past when I read novel, I prefer websites that actually has a voice reader. So I'm gonna add it in for my novel.
The city was dying. Sirens wailed without end, their desperate cries swallowed by explosions that shook the night.
Okay, awesome. So I don't have to look at the screen all the time while listening to the story. After this, I want to add my YouTube videos to the website and I edit the code instead of prompting because I feel like prompting is taking too much of my time. So I'm gonna copy and paste the title and copy and paste the link and decided that, okay, this video belongs to which category. All this is better to just edit it in the code instead of prompting because the prompt will get confused and it takes too much time to try to find the right prompt to make it work. I'm not trying to AI max everything. What I want to achieve is how to be more efficient, how to save time and save money from my perspective. After I uploaded my YouTube videos to my website, the videos are arranged in ascending order, which means that the earlier videos are at the top, the latest video is at the bottom. But that's not how we arrange videos. We want the newest to be at the top. So I just type in some basic prompting to change the order. And before I decided to move on, there's something important that I need to take note is this code in TypeScript? So to ensure that I wrote in a prompt to ensure the entire project is in TypeScript. Here is the contact page. So I set up a Web3 account and copy the key and code snippet over. They will ask you to provide the key at the left side of the chat. The following step is to set up the newsletter. So I'm gonna create a MailerLite account because I can use it for free. Actually, I'm thinking about using MailChimp, but I need to pay for it. So I'm gonna use MailerLite. In MailerLite, we need to first create the form. We need it to be an embedded form. If you want to design your newsletter, you can design it here. Then we have to copy the HTML over to Google AI Studio to embed it into our website. Great! So now I want to push the code to GitHub, and to ensure that everything is safe, I'm gonna prompt it to make sure that there is no committed secrets that is being pushed to the GitHub. Look for the top right button and scroll all the way to the right to look for GitHub and type in our name and private our code if you don't want to share it to the public, then share it to GitHub. The next thing is to connect to Cloudflare. We need to connect to GitHub first. Press get started. That's the most important thing. If you don't press get started, it will direct you to the workers page and you can't connect it. We need to go to the pages instead. We shouldn't go to the workers. Alright, import our repository. Then select our repository. Begin setup and scroll all the way down and look for React. Then enter the variables for Web3. I've purchased my studio domain a long time ago from GoDaddy. So right now I need to connect from Cloudflare and connect it to the GoDaddy. My original Soundfrost Studios website is actually connected to another Cloudflare. So what I'm trying to do is to transfer the domain. After transferring, I need to look for the pages and connect my domain from there. And not to forget to change the Cloudflare name service. Thanks for watching. This website is just one part of a much bigger project. It's the home of Soundfrost Studio and my original AI animated series, The Last Prophecy. If you'd like to see more real AI builds from websites and creative workflows to AI animation, don't forget to subscribe to Abigail Builds. I'll see you in my next build.